Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. And when I say 20, I mean total carbs. How are you doing today? Well, I'm doing just fine. I just want to talk about confusing data, confusing different ways that people say you can do keto. It is a very confusing food plan. Did it used to be? No, it used to be kind of simple. Healthy oils, meaning no soybean, no canola, no sunflower, no vegetable oils, no corn oils, those sort of things. What type of oils are healthy? Well, you've got coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, flaxseed oil, macadamia nut oil, and well, if you just work with those, that's good. Real butter, pastured butter if possible, meaning Kerrygold, or maybe you could have ghee, which is the lactate has been removed from it, and Organic Valley has organic butter. Sticking with that, veggies, meaning the very low carb ones, which are asparagus and spinach and gosh, I don't know. Other ones that are kind of surprising are broccoli and green beans. You would think those are innocent, but they're not. And both of them are above ground veggies too. Oh, cauli crumbles. I have cauli crumbles often too. And my lettuces and fatty cuts of meat. Fatty fishes like salmon and mackerel, sardines, and fatty cuts of meat like ribeye, prime rib, ground beef with as much fat in it as possible, and pork. It's another good fatty meat, lamb, and also things like sausages, but you got to check because sometimes they have carbs. And one of my clients was quite surprised to find a Trader Joe's sausage that had 6 carbs in it. What? Are you kidding? So you have to be careful. There are carbs lurking everywhere. And so with the misinformation that you'll see on certain people's websites, you can have as much fat as you want. You can have as many grams, ounces of protein as you want. You can have the calories don't count. Just make sure that your carbs are low. People that do net carbs with a tremendous amount of success when the carbs are high, like 50, 75, 100, people that do net carbs that allow things like the things that I call candy bars with wigs or lots of different shakes. Personally, because I'm a food addict, I like to chew and swallow my food. So I'm one that's going to aim more towards my big green lettuces salad bowl, my fatty piece of meat, my butters, my oils. Sometimes I have veggies on the side. Like tonight, I'm having sauteed mushrooms with my filet, my tenderloin. And then on Sunday, I have Brussels sprouts and asparagus and cauliflower crumbles, and that's my treat. Today, I am making something different. Well, not something different, but out of the Eat Rich, Live Long book from Ivor Cummins and Dr. Jeffrey Gerber, I am making my version of stew. As a lot of you know, I like my little stews, and because I can have less protein. This is going to be made with organic chicken thighs and cauliflower crumbles and all the spices from Eat Rich, Live Long's butter chicken recipe. So it's got the turmeric and the cumin and the cayenne powder, marsala, things like that. So it's going to have like a little curry flavoring to it with the cauli crumbles and the chicken thighs. And so I'm going to slow cook that in the oven with some organic chicken broth, and it'll kind of thicken up like a nice little stew. And I will have that usually after the steak meal on a Monday, just to kind of like, a couple of ounces of protein. And yeah, so that's good. But anyway, with the misinformation, sometimes when I'm working with people and when I watch people's videos, there's just a lot of confusion out there about what is permissible, and we have to be very, very careful. And you know that saying, trust but verify? I would say verify before you trust. Um, and just assume, like this is a pretty consistent channel here. You'll see me having the same old every single day, giving you my macros here in my chronometer and just moving along. I look at food as fuel. Yes, I like a wonderful taste. Yes, I like buttery, oil, fat-rich things. And so I've just come up with what works for me, what makes me satiated versus full, bloated, beached whale full, which was which was my usual way of feeling, and I'm content. And content is something that is, I think, a very hard earned feeling. I think it's a way of feeling after being on keto for a long time. I've been on keto for 3 or 4 years. I've lost count, unfortunately. I was low carb, high fat before I did keto, under the 20 total grams. And so it was a long time before I found my full button, which is really the hormone leptin saying it signals the brain, full, okay, you can stop now. Now, I must admit that I don't leave anything on my plate. So maybe a couple of times, especially after eating the big salad, my belly says, kind of full, you can stop, but I keep going. I'm a clean plate clubber. And I've put it all in, and the macros work fine. So I just keep going because I say, hey, it's going to be another 24 hours. Now today it's going to be 27 hours because we ate very, very early yesterday. So so those things, so it'll be, quite a long intermittent fast, and I like that. I've reduced the fats in my bulletproof coffees, so they're not really bulletproof anymore. They're more like just a coffee with a tablespoon of butter in them. And I have those a couple of times a day with the factored in. I could have a third if I want to, but I don't usually. But I can, or I can have a tea with some ghee in it. I love tea and ghee for me, you see. And God, Dr. Seuss, am I like channeling him or what? So just be very careful about what your assumptions are about keto, because if you want to lose weight, you're going to need to make some adjustments in your foods. And if it's not tracked, weighed, and measured, I don't know how you do it. But a lot of people can eat intuitively and have great success. A lot of people feel eating disorder-ish when they track, weigh, and measure. But for somebody like me, it just keeps it orderly. And I have a point of reference because when I make my salad, I put this right next to my salad bowl on my kitchen scale, and it's 40 ounces of arugula, 50 ounces of Olivia's spring mix, 60, not ounces, excuse me, grams of organic baby spinach. And so I just go along putting that in there, measuring it, and sometimes, like when I get to the end of the tubby, say there's 65 grams of baby spinach, then I'm able to change this right away. And so it just works for me. And I keep it very, very simple. My rotation of foods is very, very simple. It's like a stew type thing, like the Mississippi roast stew, the cheeseburger soup that's like modified. Both those things are modified. And now today, the chicken boneless thighs stew that I'll make. So cauliflower crumbles are my go-to. Sometimes I put in radishes. I don't have any now, so it's just going to be cauliflower crumbles. And it will be thick and rich. It will have butter in it as well. And so, yep, it works. And so those are the things that I do. It's always simple. But when you hear somebody say, I don't count calories, just be wary, because if you're a female of a certain age, you've got a metabolism, maybe a male too, a metabolism that has slowed considerably. And so we aren't metabolizing our foods, burning our calories at the rate that somebody that's 40 and having a lot more calories or proteins or carbs than we can have. So less is better. And I always say, when in doubt, add 1 tablespoon more of butter, either in your coffee or on your veggies, or 1 tablespoon of oil on your salad. And that should have some satiation for you. So there. So today I am having tenderloin, 5 ounces of that with some sauteed mushrooms, 60 grams of that. And I'm having my big A bowl of lettuces, nothing else in it but the lettuces, the 5 different types of lettuces: arugula, spring mix, baby spinach, red leaf, romaine. But I'm not liking the romaine. That's funny. I bought a 3-pack of the Foxy organic romaine, and no. Oh, and baby kale. So I'm having those things. So I think I'm actually going to throw out the romaine. It just doesn't taste good. So I'm really surprised. And I bought that instead of buying a head of the a head of the romaine. And at Market Basket, I always buy the head of the red leaf, and the head of the romaine is much more flavorful. So I don't like it. Maybe they're mass producing their organic lettuces and it just doesn't taste good. So kind of surprised. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised that I might throw it out too. So there. This is my chronometer, and this is the $36 a year version. You can get a free version. And so here are my calories for the day. I am having 1,244 calories. My protein is 51.5 grams. My carbs are 11.3, and my fats are 107.9. And I have room, because my calories are 1,244, for another 14 grams of fat or butter or something like that. So I might just have that chai tea thing later on today. And that just works for me. You know, I'm content with a small rotation of foods. We buy some good stuff. I also buy feedlot beef sometimes, because that's all that's available. It is what it is, right? We do what we can do. But as far as my eggs go, they're always Ben and Jerry's. There's a Freudian slip. Pete and Jerry's jumbo eggs. I always buy the organic Olivia Tubbies of the lettuces, and pasture-raised butter like the Kerrygold or the Organic Valley, and my heavy whipping cream, which is Organic Valley. There's no carrageenan in it. And so those things just work for me. I keep it real simple. My ghee is organic, and life is good. It's simple. And I track my foods. I put my bones in, meaning mostly the protein that I'm going to have, the meats that I'm going to have for the week. I usually do that when I'm working, and I call that the bones. It's always followed with a leafy lettuce bowl. Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday are always the keto pizza on Saturday, and on Sunday it's the big green egg with the ribeye and the Brussels sprouts, cauliflower crumbles, and asparagus. And so Monday through Friday I just put in different things like organic chicken thighs, or filet mignon, or Taco Tuesday, or you know, a burger with grass-fed meat, or a pork chop, things like that. Real simple, and I love it. And when in doubt, like I said, I add more oil or butter. I use pink Himalayan salt. I use the Celtic sea salt. In fact, I have a bag of the crystals, and I put a pinch of them on my tongue before I have my lemon water. I Himalayan salt my triple filtered water that I have at home, and then I also pink Himalayan my coffees, and I drink 1 or 2 San Pellegrinos a day, the mineral water. And so that's how I roll. It's really simple. The 2 beverages are mineral waters, sparkling, and coffee. And so that's how I roll. My fridge has a lot less things in it than it used to. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. If you want one-on-one sort of boot camp to just straighten out some of your either products that you use, serving sizes that you use, or thinking that you have, I offer 30-day email packages and also phone call packages and also phone call email packages. So check it out at ketocoachingsarah.com. ketocoachingsarah.com. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you the next time. Keeping it simple keeps it simple, and it works. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.